Greetings, everybody, and welcome to another edition of STO World. Tony here with you, and this is episode 12, Infected Ground Elite. And, of course, you see me aboard the Starbase here, Starbase 82, which is, or Effective Manus as they call it now. But, anyhow, it's going to be a little walkthrough on how to do this. The beginning of this, there's a slight delay because of the fact that I was waiting for another player to load in. It was a very slow loading time. You know, one of those times where the server's kind of busy, everybody's on it, and, you know, you get a little bit of lag. But after that, the mission goes pretty smoothly. So anyway, let's talk a bit about this. It's Starbase 82, as it's called, and your object is to go through a gauntlet of Borg to get to a Borg Queen at the end. And there are quite a few things to think about when you're doing this mission. First of all, it's one of the harder ones to get the optional. And if you don't do some specific strategies, getting the optional is very difficult. One of the things I tell everybody is stay behind what the trigger lines are. So I'm going to tell you where the trigger lines are. And to get optional, you have to rescue 10 Starbase personnel. So you got to prevent them from getting assimilated by Borg. You'll walk into some rooms where you'll see a Starfleet officer and a couple worker drones trying to assimilate that individual, and you have to get in there before they get assimilated. Now, when I talk about trigger lines in this, there are certain spots you don't want to go past before you go into a room, because once you pass it, that's when it's on as far as assimilation goes. So I just want to kind of make that clear before we go into this. If you go past the trigger lines, it's over, done, see you later, no more optional. But it's a very, very cool mission once you get to use it. I love being on the Starbase. And just for vanity's sake, myself and a couple of the other guys, because I was STFing with a few of these guys beforehand, we decided to do our Wrath of Khan Star Trek movie uniforms, as you see we have on right now. Some classic uniforms here. And another person's got a classic Romulan uniform. And the guy waiting to load in is actually Tarak Empok, our fleet leader in Battlefleet Olympus. Had a little bit of a lag delay as I'm coming back to this transporter room, but this is pre-recorded, so I'm actually not doing this live. But it's really weird. Sometimes you get these loading bugs, but, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, you got to be pretty attentive on what you're doing. Your team's got to be on the same page, just like any ground STF missions. You know, the grounds are always a little bit harder than the space ones, in my opinion. They can be a little more challenging, but with the right team, you can do really well. Again, I'm using the adapted Mako set, the Mako shotgun/grenade launcher, as well as the Mako sniper rifle. And that seems to be a combination that I am actually really liking so far, because I've had a lot of fun so far. From that perspective, I've had a lot of fun using that set. So he eventually joins us, then suffers a little bit of lag. But despite the lag and everything else that he was dealing with, we ended up getting the optional on this run. And I'm going to kind of go through it step by step. It's a pretty, you know, once you do it enough, it's like anything. I mean, once you do it enough, it's pretty easy. You know, I still hold that Hive Ground Elite is probably the hardest of the ground STFs. But I think that's because I haven't done it as much. And I think that's because not many people are that experienced in doing it. You can't get a lot of people to do it. So there's Tarak. He finally loads in. And we can get this mission started. So to start off, everybody gets at that door that has the Borg shield on it. You walk up to the officer to basically, for lack of a better term, you walk up to the officer that's standing over here, as you see. And basically tell that officer to give the command to lower the shield, and the shield will lower. And you'll kind of start off with some of these Borg in here as well. But I do caution, again, stay behind the trigger lines. You'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to go back here. You see my character. I run back. Kind of that cool vintage movie uniform. You talk to this Cation officer here. And yeah, he had load lag. Sometimes that happens. And I don't know why we decided classic uniforms, but we did. So here we go. And we are on. So basically you go into this hallway. Go into this hallway. You attack these Borg. Pretty simple. Nothing really out of the ordinary. I mean, it's not like it's that difficult. And blow these guys away. Now, you see where those 3 little pillar things are coming on a wall to my right. You don't want to go past that. And what you want to do is you want to use your sniper rifle and to start sniping the Borg in this room. Now, you can launch pets like security teams and stuff like that, because that's not going to affect the assimilation process. That's only when a character goes across. So you want to try not to use your sniper shot until they're closer, because otherwise it knocks them back. So basically, we sit here. I'll launch some grenades here and there as they're coming through. And then what happens is once you get enough of the drones destroyed, then you run in and rescue the workers. If you run in right away, you'll get massacred because there's so many tactical drones and stuff like that going on. And there we go. So one guy leads and runs in. So obviously you see one guy run in, and I'm kind of acting as support. And to your left, there is an officer that needs to be rescued, basically. And here we go. So then the trigger line here, where we're sitting at, right? Everybody's conglomerated on this section right here. To your right, you see like this raised up part of the wall. You don't want to go past this point either. You want to snipe and snipe until you keep going. So we're going to sit here and snipe them. Snipe and take out some of these tactical drones, heavy tactical drones. Got a medical regenerator sitting there, so it's regenerating our health, no problem. And obviously keep remodulating your weapons. Boom, boom, boom. Just keep attacking. So then now we're going to charge in. To your left is, you see right there, that officer. You got to get these worker drones away from the officer. And we go into this hallway. So 2 officers are rescued, basically. And you go to another hallway, same type of thing. And you're going to end up with another room you got to snipe from. So basically, we're going to go into this, blow these guys to water. It's pretty cool. Everybody's just using shotguns, which is effective when you got enough people. But the shotgun sniper combination seems to work great for ground combat, in my opinion. I do use other weapons, but these are great. So again, on your right, you see that tri-pillar thing coming down. Don't want to go past it. To start sniping everybody as you come down. As you see me sniping the tactical drones and the drones and all that stuff. Keep going through. Boom, boom, boom. Done. It's going to be a short and concise episode today. So anyhow, we're going to run into the room. We're charging in. I'm kind of acting as support. Again, there's an officer in between there. And you want to act as support so the guys rescuing the officer, they don't get assimilated. So I'm going over here. You go over there and you have them beam up. Kind of reminds me of the old Starbase 24 mission that we had starting off, which I wish they would bring back, but unfortunately they won't. And we just take out all the drones, the rest of the drones in this room. We snipe again. Again, don't go past this section right here. We saw to my right, there's a raised up next to this window. And you can get on top of that section and snipe from there. It's actually a nice vantage point. I'm kind of where I'm at right now is kind of the borderline of where you're allowed to be. But you just snipe and do orbital strikes or whatever you want to do. And we just keep going through here. It's great to have an engineer there because you can do a medical generator. You can do all sorts of cool stuff. I do the adrenal stimulant. So run straight. And you'll see the worker drone straight ahead. Now let me just tell you, the generators, those little triangular things, the nodes, don't shoot them. Don't even bother shooting them. Those nodes, they look like they got 4 little things coming out of them because they're just a waste. You're just going to waste time. This mission is very crucial on time. And it's not easy sometimes. If you get the wrong team or one guy that doesn't have his crap together, you know, you're not gonna get the optional. This was Tarak's first time getting the optional, surprisingly. I was shocked that his character at this tune didn't have the optional going on, but you know, it happens like that. So go down this hallway. Now, when you get down to this ramp, you'll see down here. And we're gonna go around down here. The very bottom of the ramp, where the ramp meets the floor, do not go past that because that is also a trigger line. And what you do is you take out as many of them as you can from this distance. And then what happens is there's 2 officers in that room. You get a set of guys to go right, and you go to a set of guys to go left. And there is an elite Borg drone in there, so you want to try to avoid it. That's why you get teams of people to do it. You probably want to get 2 guys to the right, 2 guys to the left, and 1 guy to keep the elite busy to try to tank them. So I'm going to the right here. And again, you see those nodes, that distribution node. Don't worry about that thing. You know, rescue the crewman, beam them up. And there's another crewman in there as well on the other side. And we'll just take out the elite. I think I get killed here. I don't remember. It's been about a couple weeks since I ran this, but or maybe I don't get killed. And there we go. So elite tactical drone, just kind of take him out and DPS him until all is said and done. Now, you're going to go through another hallway. As we go through the hallway, you will enter another room. Now, it's very important everybody enters this room at the same time. Otherwise, a shield goes up and you get blocked out. So you kill these drones. There's Brandon's node. I'm assuming that's Brandon, named after Brandon, the Perfect World Brand Flakes, one of the devs. And it's important everybody enters this room at the same time. And we wait. A shield will go up. You'll see these drones here. Then you got Captain Ogden. He's a giant assimilated drone. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. You kill the interleague distribution nodes. Now you do blow those up here. And you're going to attack Captain Ogden. He's up there where everybody's running to. Once you drain his life meter enough, he's going to like basically regenerate a little bit, and then you got to kill him again. I come over here because when he respawns himself a little bit, then you got these other drones. I start sniping these guys. And on the right, people just take out Captain Ogden. So, pretty simple. And this is why I love the sniper slash shotgun combination. The Mako sniper rifle is awesome. I mean, it really is. I do have a couple other Borg sniper rifles, like the plasma one that they don't make anymore and things like that. But we're done. So, it's like, you're done, son. So, anyway, these 3 nodes over here, you have to hit all 3 of them at the same time to open up this shield. And here we go. Now, the trigger line here is very simple. There are 2 officers in here as well. So where we're at right now is about where you want to be. And the room has like a center, and it's got a circle inside of it. And there's an officer on your right when you walk in, and one to the left in the back. So this could be a tricky one. Again, you got to split up. The drones stay a little more distant. But sometimes you just say screw it and you charge in. So I'm charging in on this one. And get the worker drones away. There we go. Rescue a crewman. You got to kill the interleague nodes up here, though. That you do have to do. Because if you respawn, say if you die, you'll end up where Captain Ogden was, and you'll see a bunch of drones and other crap going on in there. So, and here's another officer there. Right in front of me. And I believe we end up rescuing him as well. So basically, you clear the room. And we go down these hallways. So there's a series of hallways where you have drones. And pretty cool. Do I die here? I could have sworn I died in this mission, but I don't remember now. It's been a while. Oh, I got knocked down. But anyhow. You take out these drones here. And we're making pretty good time, actually. We did this mission, if I remember correctly. It's been about a week or so before this video, obviously, before I'm commentating on this. We take out these guys. Bada bing, bada boom, done. Bada bing, bada bang, as the DS9 episode goes. And you take out these drones. There's a decent amount of drones in here, and you can get ambushed if you charge too soon. Yeah, I do get killed here. That's right. I knew I died somewhere in this mission from getting double teamed, but pretty simple. Actually, I didn't have any wounds to heal either, which was kind of cool. So, I don't die the rest of the episode, though. So anyway, you go down here, And come on through. Now, there are trigger lines here. Basically, to get through, you got to charge in. Because we have more than 4 minutes left. It's not bad. Oh, I died again. Well, anyway, the trigger line is where the ramp meets the floor again. Similar to the other ramp that we dealt with. They actually take out most of what's in there. I kind of just lay here dead for a little bit. I don't want to respawn because then I respawn at the beginning. Or where Captain Ogden was. So, obviously, this person here was cool and respawns me. But then you take out the elite drone before you charge in. And, so you see down where the ramp meets the floor right down there? That's where the trigger line is. So now we run in. There's an officer right in your right when you walk in, and one on the left in the back. Again. Take these guys out. And destroy all the nodes. You destroy everything that exists in this room. And that's pretty simple. Actually, it's a pretty simple mission. It's not there isn't a lot of difficulty with it as far as what you do, but it is fun. I love going on to Starbase and wreaking havoc. So basically, we are clearing out the room. Now, you got to fight the queen, or whatever the Borg queen is down here. There are pits of acid you don't want to fall in. And what you do is when you go in, you kill the drones on the left. You get the ones in the middle, where that big giant generator is in the middle, and then you destroy the ones on the right, and you kind of go around the room. Then it takes 3 guys to enter the sequences on each of those nodes around these generators that you see. You got to enter it in at once to disable the force field. Then one guy disables the node. So and we're just kind of sitting here. Actually, you can go either way, right then left. One guy dies. Step in the acid, you die instantly. But we end up beating this pretty easily. And I believe I guarded the middle with Tarok. But you get a couple guys that guard the middle and kind of lay cover fire down while the other guys take out the generators. And once the 4 around this middle one are taken out, then you blow this one in the middle. So you're going to take out these drones. Do not shoot any other drones because you don't want them to respawn when the queen spawns. Unfortunately, I think I triggered that middle one. No, there's 2 middle ones over there. And these guys, what they do is they jump over. Yeah, somebody triggered this one. I don't know if it was me or Tarok that did it. One of us did it. But anyway, we just decided, that screw it, let's kill them. And you basically disable the generators. You have to jump. So you got to be somebody that's skilled at jumping in here. It's not hard to jump. The reason I didn't is because the other guys just decided to. And we just start taking out the rest of the drones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here. And I'll show you. Just kind of laying down some cover fire again. Now, a lot of times you can get up where these drones are and hit them with something that has pushback to it, like a shotgun or sniper rifle, and just shoot them, and they end up in the acid and dying. Easy way, actually. Or you just hit them with a rifle butt. Boom, boom, boom. See, like that. That dude's dead. And yeah, so we've disabled a couple force fields. I'm going to kind of come over here and finish off the rest of these drones, which I think MPOC actually did. And again, you have to enter the sequences at the same time where it says enter sequence. So you got to, usually what you do is you have your speakers turned up. You can hear people start to enter them in. That's when you just hit the button to do it. And yeah, I kind of goofed up and didn't hit him into the lava, but it's not a big deal because, again, we take him out. There's one of the nodes next to me. They take out these mini generators on the outside. And yeah, there you go. So I go to enter a sequence in. And you just do it at the same time. Here you go. This is how you disable it. And then someone disables that one. Now here's the thing. you have to spread out, because when the queen spawns, she does these chain attacks if you're too close. So I'm taking cover on this side, and I'm just going to snipe the shit out of her like pretty much everybody else will. And you got to blow up this Borg generator in the middle. Now that you've disabled all 4 of these things, see how relatively simple it is? It's really not hard. Take out the Borg generator, but you got to do it before these other generators on the outside kind of replenish themselves. Similar to kind of like what Cure Ground Elite would do. You have to make sure they don't replenish themselves. Okay, so here we go. Rebecca Simmons, which is the Borg Queen here, what her name is. She'll ask you to resist. We offer a quality of life for all species. And what you do is you just kill her. And there she is. Pretty easy to kill. And you just kind of sit there and snipe her. And that's pretty much it. That's Infected Ground Elite, basically. Infected Manus Elite. I guess now is the new name for it, but that's the title of the story. And we just continue to snipe her. We actually beat her pretty easily. And the Borg will respawn themselves, so you got to be careful about drones respawning themselves. But we're all far away. We take her out, and yeah, she's dead. Get your loot, and you're done. So with that, everybody, have a great one. Thanks for watching. See everybody for episode number 13. Have a good one, guys.